Oh, excuse me. It's just another day that the Lord has kept me. It's just another day that the Lord has blessed me. That's all I'm going to say right now. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's going on, good people? What's going on? Y'all know I couldn't hold it too long. I tried, y'all. I was sitting here. I was like, do I say something now? Do I wait till tomorrow? Do I wait till tonight? I'm like, I got to tell my people what's going on. I'm getting ready to talk to the fourth or damn near the fifth person I'm about to respond back to. And I ain't never told them about guy number one. Oh, God, I can't take it. Fuck it. So, anyway, I am back, y'all. Listen, let me first start by saying thank you to everybody that's been watching my lives. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, I do. Shout out to everybody that thumbs me up and share me out. I appreciate you guys too. Listen, I pray for my YouTube family every day. People are going through, y'all. You never know why God put it on your heart to pray for people. You never know what's going on in their real life. One of the guys that I've been following since our Periscope days, okay? The Shay Show. A little while ago, mm, 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 mm. I had to get back on here and talk because my mind was going back, and I said, you know what? Let me go back to my little happy place, YouTube. But Shay was posting his dad's funeral in real time. Shay, you and your family, you're in my prayers. It's not easy walking in back of a casket with your parents in it. It's not easy to walk away and leave them, you know? And I was watching it as he was sharing his dad's thing, and my mind began to go back. And I said, you know what? Let me go to YouTube. I get happiness over here, you know? And I didn't want my mind to keep going back, and remembering that day. Okay. It's one thing to lose one parent. It's another thing when you lose them both, you know? But I just want to say, Shay, you and your family, you're in my prayers. God got you. You know that. To lose your dad, it hits a little different than losing mom, you know? Just like God was there for you when you lost your wife, he was there for you. He was there for you when you lost mom. He was there even when you lost your son. And just like we all prayed for you through those times, we're going to pray for you right now too. Okay? God got you. God got you. I didn't realize that was one of the reasons that you hadn't been on YouTube for a little bit, that you was kind of playing peekaboo a little bit. But yeah, you look good. You look good, You seem to be doing all right, That's what I tell people. When you know you treat your loved one right, you ain't, I mean, you gonna shed some tears because you gonna miss that person. You gonna shed some tears, okay? But you all of that breaking down and take me with you and jumping down into the ground with them and all of that and all of that and all of that right there. Mm-mm. It hits different when you know you've been good to that person. You know what I'm saying? It just hit different. And but you're gonna miss that person, sure. Being able to pick up a phone and just call them and talk to them, you know, take them something to eat. I remember your dad and a lot of your videos and stuff, how he would come and sit in the car while, you be showing us different homes and stuff that you're working on and all of that. Um, and how you would share different stories and your dad would talk sometime, hold the camera and stuff. I remember those videos and I remember those times. And of course, Periscope isn't here no more, so all our memories from Periscope is gone. But it's just nice when you've been in touch with people for so many years and you've watched so many things, their life. If I followed their life for so long, it's amazing, you know. And a lot of people, a lot of us, we never even met each other, but we feel like we know each other. We love like we really know each other, we those of us that share our families and stuff, it kind of like hurts, it's a little hurt there, a little sadness there. I'll say sadness there because when we share our families and stuff, we and when something happened, we on the other side, we be kind of like, wow, what? Oh man, we feel that little spark, because we feel like they become like our family too through us sharing it. So I just want to say that I will be praying for you and your family. God got you. I've been there, you know, and I did. I had to come back to you because my mind started drifting back to when I lost my dad and all of us walking in back of his casket. And I was just like, oh shit, the fuck? I was like, come on, Krista, pull it together, pull it together, pull it together. You know what I'm saying? But definitely gonna keep you in prayer. Okay. Your family, your brothers, his wife, your dad's wife, she looked beautiful. She really did. She looked gorgeous. Um, your grandkids and, you know, your cousins and all of them that was there. Everybody looked good. Everybody was holding up pretty good. And I know y'all kind of like a close knit family, you know? So um I just began to think back on some of the things that you and your dad and them did when he went for y'all to go meet y'all brother that y'all had never met. And when y'all went, and just so many stories. I could just tell so many stories. So I'm just looking forward to the day that you come live and maybe we can all just sit around and chit chat. I'll be there. Okay. And I love you. Keep your head up and you got this. Okay. You got this. God bless you. Okay, y'all. I just had to say that. Um, One of the guys I've been following for a very, very long time lost his dad. And he used to come on and bring his dad and stuff. So I just wanted to say my little piece. Um, I hear Duke is doing better. So you guys continue to keep Duke in prayer. All right. Um, all of that great stuff. All right. Now, thank you to everybody that has been watching my lives. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to y'all. Thank you to everybody that has thumbs me up and shared me out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just know, my YouTube family, I do pray for y'all, but I do say a special prayer for those of you who thumbs me up and share me out. I ask God to do something special for you. I ask God to work it out in your favor, as long as it's not against me. All right. So if you believe, I believe, he said we're two or three, that means it's already done. Okay. So you just relax, you know, trust the process and just know God got you. All right. Don't worry about it. I don't need to know what it is or what it ain't. And I don't need to know none of that. Okay. Just know God got you. All right. All right. Um, Also, I would like to say shout out to my old subbies. Shout out to my members. Shout out to y'all. I thank y'all for being a member. Y'all help me reach my goal every month, because I don't get big, huge numbers like that right there. But through membership and super stickers and chats and stuff, I haven't missed a check. you know, Now, some of them checks was be a little bit bigger than others, but I haven't missed a check. Okay. So thank y'all for that. Thank you. Shout out to y'all for, going over to my other channel. Okay. I appreciate that too. The numbers ain't climbing a whole lot over there, but they be inching their way. That's okay. $1 here, 50 cents here, a little, oh shit, did they say $4? Okay, it adds up, you know. So thank y'all and shout out to y'all for that. Also, I would like to say hello to all my old subbies. What's up? How y'all doing? Y'all already know that y'all the mother freaking best. All right. And if you don't know, hopefully now you do. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for allowing me to be me. Thank y'all for allowing me to hey Tracy. Uh Thanks for being a member too. Thank y'all for allowing me to be me. Because that's all I can be. I can't be nobody else. I ain't even trying to be nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Hey Krista, did you see Diva's receipt? I tagged you in it, hon. No, I don't watch her, hon. I don't. I don't watch her, Tracy, at all. I don't give her any of my time. I don't give her anything. I tagged you on it, hon. Oh, you did? I didn't see anything. And if it's something about that lady, I don't. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with that lady at all. No, thank you. Mm-mm. Totally disgusting. I could never. Ugh. That lady is vomit. Horse shit vomit. Mm-mm, mm-mm. But shout out to my shout out to all of my new subbies. What's up? I'm your host, just Krista. Okay. My pleasure, my promise is I promise to entertain you. And if for some reason you find you are not entertained, I'm going to ask that you just tap me on my shoulder, whichever one you choose. Okay. I was getting ready to tell y'all, watch out for this other shoulder, but you know what? I'm going to stop saying that because I believe God going to bless this shoulder to feel better. I got to start speaking things into existence. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. This goddamn shoulder some days, I'm telling y'all, man, I went to pick my purse up and my niece, she was like, Auntie, what do you have in your purse? And I was like, girl, it's cause it's a leather bag. And she was like, nah, Auntie, that purse is heavy even for me. So I'm thinking that that's really what it is. Okay. Maybe my purse is too heavy, but I don't know if y'all like that. when I leave the house, if I don't have certain things in my purse, then I feel like I'm without something. I feel like um I done left something at home. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. I am gonna go through my purse though and see if some of the things I can start leaving the house without, and that it won't. Yeah, that part. But so shout out to y'all and thank y'all. Listen, I shared with you guys earlier about me joining this dating app. And y'all, it's interesting. It's fun. So far, it has been like, what in the world? You know, um, listen, y'all, when I first talked to the guy, well, you know how they give you a list of things that you like and pets and all of this type of stuff. So when I had first talked to the guy, we had you had to pay an additional something to get to the other part, and the guy had told me, he was like, just take my number. And so at first I had told my sister, because I'll be talking to her about, you know, and so she was like, oh, okay, he wants you to do that because other than that, if y'all keep going through the app, you'll have to like pay and some other stuff. It all depends on what he signed up for, what you signed up for, and all of that. So I was like, oh, okay. I said, I didn't know if he was trying to be creepy or what was going on. Hey, Judy. So I had he had sent this number, so I called him. I called him from a text now number. Okay. And I did tell you guys that I'm signed up using my cousin's uh city and state, not my own. And I told y'all the reason why. Because I don't want people, I don't want to be like no booty call type things. Cause I'm not a booty call type girl. So I figured this way, there's space, there's this, there's that. If it's meant to be, and then we can talk. And after we talking, then we can kind of, tell the truth and then go on from there. And okay. So I talked to the guy and sounded really nice, sounded really cool. He had great conversation. Um, he did compliment me. He said, you got he was like, wow, you have a beautiful voice. I said, well, thank you. Thank you. He's like, and I like your pictures and stuff. I said, okay, thank you. And I gave him compliments and stuff. So we were talking about, everyday things, and stuff. And y'all know it don't take me long to get comfortable. And I know I started talking that man's ear off, okay? And a couple of times I was like, oh, I said, you got to tell me, like, well, don't tell me to shut up or don't tell me to be quiet, but I can talk. And he's like, no, 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 I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. So we were talking and stuff like that. So we had talked the first day, I would say probably about a half hour, maybe 35 minutes. Um, I did tell him it was okay for him to call me, at the number that he had and the next day and everything. So the next day he did call. He had called me while he was at work. He was on his lunch break. And we talked for about 15 minutes. Okay, cool. And he was like, well, you don't mind? Do you mind if I call you once I get home? Sure. Child, I ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he called me and it was later that evening. It was about 9:30, almost 10 o'clock. And so we talked a little bit, and then he said, do you think it's okay for us to talk about some personal things? And I said, well, it just depends on how personal, you know? And he's like, well, I would like to ask you some things about, the last time you dated and stuff like that and how things went. What type of relationships have you been in, or how was your last relationship, and all of that great stuff. So I began to tell him. I also told him that I am still friends with my exes. Um, yeah. So he was like, okay, okay, that's a little different. And I'm like, I said, I said, a lot of people feel like that's different. He said, hey, I'm not one to judge because I'll probably share some things with you that women have talked to me. And once I've told them certain things, immediately they're turned off and I never hear from them again. And I was like, really? Right here on this app? So then I look back at his picture and I'm like, man, this is a nice looking jazzy older guy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know. Now he's 59. This guy was 59 years old. I was like, child, honey, please, you look jazzy and all of that. Talking about how you only got a few more years, you getting ready to retire and things you want to do and all of this stuff. I'm like, sure, what's the problem? What's going on? Now I know, y'all, I'm just looking and thinking, and I'm saying to myself, like, well, what's the problem? Why? So we began to talk and he began to ask me, he was like, well, um, as far as your exes, now you said that you guys are still friends. I said, yes, we are. He said, so are they okay? Do they plan on getting out the way when you meet somebody? Do they plan on hanging around in hopes that you and the next person don't make it? What what is we doing? What are they doing? And so I told him, I said, no, it's nothing like that. They will be respectful. If I'm in a relationship, it's just that I have not been in one. Actually, the first guy I was with, once I met the second guy, he didn't, he called me one time out the blue. And once he found out, he was like, oh, okay, my bad. I said, of course, the guy I was with, Corey, I said, he's one of those ones. He be ready to fight. Okay. He's a Gemini. It is what it is. He's like that. And I had to tell him he's not going to want to fight you. He didn't know I was with somebody and fuck that. And so Corey just got crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? But okay. Um, I said, but yeah, I said, no, they willing to. So he's like, okay, well, you done told me some stuff about yourself and you answered all my questions. I'm still interested. I was like, okay, hey, lucky me. I was saying all of that. So he was laughing. He's like, so come on, you got to have some questions for me. Come on, you got to have something. I was like, me? I was like, man, listen, sit down. Let me tell you, because I got a whole, I said, wait a minute, let me go get my tablet out. I was playing with him. He was like, oh my God. He said, I like the way you kind of, I like your sense of humor. So we were talking, and then I had told him, I asked him a couple of questions. Child, I don't really know what to say, and I don't really know. Child, who cares? It was your past. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like thing with me. But so as we were talking that day, because I think we talked for about 4 hours. I mean, we was on that phone till about, hell, it had to be almost like 5:30 in the morning, y'all. So we had to talk like 4, 5, 6 hours. I don't know, but I know we was on there for a long time. Daylight was getting ready to come in. It wasn't quite here. And I know that for sure because I had made a statement to him about daylight coming in and what happens with a man. So so we were still talking, and he said, well, what are some of your fetishes and or your fantasies? What is some of the things that, that type of stuff. So I was like, um, child, I just do whatever. I just go with the flow, whatever the body says. Let's go. Let's do. I don't know. I just go with the flow. So he said, here I go again. I said, here you go again. What's going on? Why are you saying that? He said, well, um, it just seems like every time I get to this certain part with talking with the lady and I'm feeling her and things is going nice. And as soon as I get to this part, this is where the lady, I never hear from her or, um, you know, or they kind of like string me along for a while, or they just kind of like, before I know it, they found a reason to be busy every time I try to call them or something. So now I'm sitting there like, okay. I said, well, are you sure you want our long conversation? And the way we've been talking for the last couple of days, you sure you want to say it today? Do you want to wait till tomorrow, maybe? You want to sleep on it or something? What is it? What's going on? He was like, well, it's up to you. Are you the kind of person that's a little impatient? Are you the type of person that, you can't wait to hear it or, what? I mean, it all depends on what kind of person you are. Do you want to know everything so that you can perhaps, because I'm sure there's other guys that's trying to talk to you. I mean, come on now. Uh, you want to, it's up to you. I don't want to waste your time. I was like, well, I don't want my time wasted. I was like, so what is it? Y'all, that's where the thumbnail come in at. This man told me, he said, I hope you don't mind that when you come to see me, or if I come to your house, of course I wouldn't, but if you come to my house, which I'm really hoping you will, um, and it get to that point where, you know, you stay overnight, let's just say it like that. I said, okay. And then y'all, for some reason my mind went, oh my God, go to somebody else's house and then do this and that. And I haven't did that in a while. Oh my God. My mind started drifting. And I'm like, okay, Krista, get back to what this man is saying. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So he said, I have one request, and sometimes women are a little turned off. I was like, what is it? He was like, the dog has to sleep with us. I said, the dog? What are you talking about? And I realize some people is close to their animals. I don't have no problem. And I'm a dog lover. And that was another thing that me and him had. We was talking. He was so happy and all of this stuff. He said, the dog has to sleep with us. I said, so when you say sleep with us, you mean your dog like to sleep what, like at the foot of the bed or something? And he was like, well, Krista, you are a virgin. I almost felt like what sometimes I feel like what, but okay. No, he wasn't talking about just sleep like that. He said that his dog ain't no damn dog sleeping. No, okay. Y'all, he said that the dog enjoy watching him I'll say make love or have sex. Yes, Wanda. The dog wants to see it. I said, how do you know your dog want to see that? You know, he said, yeah, he said that when he was with his first lady that, he was with and stuff, this is what they used to do before they broke off. She didn't have a problem with it. He says, so when he's been dating, and he said a couple of times, he said the dog will keep barking until he allowed the dog to come in the room. Hey, Exposed TV, that part, Wanda. And he was like, no, he's like, my dog gets real upset. And he said the one time, the one lady, she was afraid of dogs. And so, whatever. He said that, they were in the room, and when they came out, said the dog bit the woman. I said, well, did your dog sense that she had took something from you? Or I don't know. Did she hit your dog? Did he pick up that she was afraid? Because, sometimes you can't let a dog know that you're afraid of him sometime. Hey, Montrese. And he was like, no, I know it was because I didn't allow the dog in the room with us while we was doing what we were doing, because when I was talking to another lady, the same thing almost happened, but I told her, we just got to stop because I know what happened last time to someone. And the lady was like, why? Well, what's going on with your dog? Why is he acting like this? Next, he's going to say the dog. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I told him, I said, you know what? It's been, and he was a jazzy older guy, Tracy. He was very, very well spoken, jazzy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hell no. A dog sitting up there watching you do the wild thing. So then what the dog gonna do? Dogs can be nasty. Hell no. Did the dog want to join it? I don't know, Wanda. I wasn't like at his house or nothing. We were just talking on the phone. This is the first guy I talked to on the dating app. Yeah. So after that, I talked to him a little bit more, and I told him, I said, well, I mean, if you ever just want to talk, you got my number, but I'm not going to even sign up for that program. I told him, I said, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with an animal watching me, do something like that. I'm and staring, and I mean, what do you tell a person? Tell your dog to get the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Do you know how often I may want to do this and the dog is just sitting there looking? And yeah, nah, that ain't gonna work for me. So he was like, oh, well, I guess another somebody that's just gonna walk away because of my dog. What do you women really expect? My God. Oh, you have been. Yeah, I was telling them about it earlier because I went to tell the story. Tracy, I'm like, right now, I'm like talking to like the third guy, we still talk, but I don't know where that's going to go. So I just decided I would share that with my YouTube family in case, who knows, I'll probably meet somebody and, but I decided to join a dating app, and I joined, a couple of weeks ago, but I'm just now like really getting into it. This is like the 6th day, really like answering back and different things. That is nasty. I find it disgusting. I find it disgusting. Yeah. So we talked, he called me the next day. He asked me, was I okay? Was I okay? And I told myself, I said, I'm fine. I'm fine. I said, how are you? He was like, good, good. Um, You excited? My baby sister have been trying to get me to go on a dating site, Tracy, forever. Hey, TNT family. Hello, sis. Yeah, sis, I'm sharing that first story that I was talking about earlier. The man and the dog. So, I talked to him and stuff, but I did let him know because I had to, child, afterwards, I had to call my cousin. I was like, girl, I put her and my baby sister on the three-way. Listen, I was like, y'all remember that guy, such and so, and all of that. Yeah, yeah. I said, and I sent y'all the picture of the man and all of that. I was like, listen, it's a no. I said, matter of fact, I don't know. I said, y'all might be getting ready to take me off this thing because I'm not getting ready to go through this. I'm not getting ready to sit here and be talking to people, this, that, and the other thing, everything going all right, and then they come out with some bullshit. I'm not getting ready to do this. This is not gonna work for me. So of course they begin to wait a minute, hold on, this, that, and the other thing. So I'm like, okay, we'll get this thing a go one more time. But I'm telling you, listen, but yeah, so y'all, I'm not gonna try to stretch this thing out. I'm gonna try to get up off of here, but I ain't gonna keep y'all on here no whole damn hour because I need y'all to come back because I sure got to tell y'all about number two, Mr. Number Two. Okay, but it's been very interesting. Okay, now there is one guy that I've been talking to him, okay, for a while and stuff. And number three continues to talk, you know. So I'm gonna keep y'all posted. I'm ready to keep y'all posted. I'm ready to get y'all involved in what's going on and see how we do this thing. You know what I'm saying? And all that great stuff. Okay. Because it's a lot going on, y'all, behind the scenes. Y'all, listen, I cannot wait to share some of this stuff with y'all. I cannot wait to share some of this stuff. I'm kind of exciting. I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, like I was telling my sister, my baby sister, that is, I don't like it's. I'm like the guys I met. I met them through somebody else that knew them. The first guy I was with, I knew him through the lady I worked with at the hospital. And she was on her break. Well, we were on our break and she was, wanting to go outside and smoke a cigarette. And I went out with her. And that's how me and him met. Okay. He told her to go back in and get me and see if and we started talking like that. Same thing with Corey. It was a situation where I knew somebody that knew him. It wasn't me just meeting somebody and it's always that somebody else knew a little bit about them. Are they in your city? Tracy, that's the thing. When I signed up, I used my cousin's address, her city and state. I didn't want to do anybody here local because I don't want people thinking that, because I had my sister now that's on them things. And to me, that stuff is like a booty call. Nothing wrong with dating site. Yeah, it was my first time, Tracy. I've never been on one. There is a couple of YouTubers on here that I've watched their journey on it. Matter of fact, the one, they've gotten married. And the other one, her and the guy, they're living together and stuff like that. It's been pretty successful. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. And that was my biggest thing. I was like, I don't want nobody thinking that, Okay, we in the same city. See, well, come on, just meet me at the coffee shop. Then we meet up, and then it's okay. Now I'm getting ready to, so okay, in 2 days she should be ready to give me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be off to no, you got to put some work in with me. Trust me. By the time you get this child, yeah, I'm not her. Yeah. So I said the best way to do that is once we start talking and then get a little real serious, then I can say, well, either okay, then let's get together and this is what's going on and this is why I made this decision, and we just go from there. You know, um, that was the decision I came up with to use my cousin's city and state. But I'm having a pretty good time. Um, lots of laughs, lots of laughs. And I'm just ready to share that with my YouTube family, to share some of the things that's going on in the background in your girl's life. Okay, so we're off to something different over here. Okay. And hopefully you guys will come along. I know it's a little bit different than the drama and all of that stuff because I only do that shit for so long. I can't have negativity in my life because that type of stuff it grows. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want negativeness all around me. And when I come to YouTube, this is like somewhere fun for me. This is like an outlet and, it's just fun. I come here to have a good time. I don't come here to all of that bullshit, you know. Hey, Queen Tosa. Now you on a different page because I modded up your other one. No, you didn't. What you call it? You didn't. Okay, I don't know what happened. You didn't. You just came up on the link last time. Yes, Tosa, I am on a dating app. Have you ever been on one? Okay, I will. And I wanted to ask you about that sisters thing too. The 1 hour, the sister with the thing that you was talking about. I was telling my niece about you earlier. She was watching the video of you on my live. And she was like, "Oh my God, Auntie. You be talking about us to those people." And I was like, "Yeah, girl, what you thought?" Okay, I will. Yeah, they was listening to us. They was in the car. I had to go take care of a couple of things. And then she takes my car back to her house. Yes, I forgot. Yes, I meant really, Tulsa? See, that's what I need. Do you ever like talk about like was he like your first date and then that was it, or did you like talk to other people? Cause like right now I'm talking to the third guy that I had talked to, he acting like he don't want to go nowhere. And my see, I'm one of those people, if you show me that, you hey, listen, lady. See, I'll get right back into it with you, and yeah, I'll be like, "Shit, yeah, we can tie this down and shit. Let's just go on and move forward. Let's go," you know. But my sister's name is telling me don't do that. Still talk to other people, and because you never know, something in the long run could come up and then you'll be hating that you didn't go forward and talk to other people. So I'm learning how to do this. It's a little different. But yeah. So yeah, so I'm kind of glad. I mean, some of you guys have offered me some stuff, have left me some messages on Instagram and stuff like that. Some of you, of course, that have my number, have called me and talked to me about some things. So I'm looking forward to it. We gonna have to do okay. Let me know when. Wait a minute, let me read the rest. Let me see. I have to push that up. Um We gonna have to do a show on that. Driving, picking up. Oh, okay. Yeah, drive safe. Get off the phone, child. And said being with you and come by anytime. Okay, I will. And if you do happen to do it ahead of time, just tag me. Okay. Tracy say true. Yeah. So, but I'm excited. It's been fun. Like I said, the third guy, yeah, he's real cool. He's real cool. And all the guys, listen, when I put in like the age range, I put 52 and up. I think that's good for me. I think that's really good for me. So, and of course, this is my real life, so it's different from me just playing around on this app, just fool I lying around. But I'm excited, y'all. That's what's going on. I'm not gonna keep y'all long. Listen, it's 45 minutes. That's long enough to be talking. I ain't come on here to run y'all, you know. But I will see y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for coming through. Let me see what Tracy said. Hold on. Wait, you have to put no important P. Wait, you have to put no important P. What that mean, Tracy? Wait a minute. You have to put important P. I don't know what that means, Tracy. I gotta know how to important. Okay, TNT family. Okay. Wait, you have to know important. Okay. Like don't okay. Important. Okay. So you gotta be real careful. Okay. I'm going to y'all. I'm saying important, impotent. Lord Tracy. I'm reading this from the side because I got my phone on the charger. So I'm reading y'all messages. If y'all can see, my neck is like turned to the side. So I thought it was saying important. Tracy, Lord Jesus. Tracy, that was kind of like my thought when I was thinking about like the age range and stuff. Although, okay, that's gonna be something different. That's gonna be something different. And then it's gonna take me into something. Mm, damn it. I would start at age 45. That's what my sister told me. My baby sister. And I told her, I was like, yeah, but these people, you don't know. And she was like, but do what you got to do, because I really wanted to start at 55 and up. Because I told her, I said, in my real life, in my real life, I feel like I would go ahead and talk to somebody that's, even a few months older than me. And that's why I chose 52. She told me 45. She's like, 45 would be really good for you, because you're kind of, bubbly and stuff. I might change it to 45 and see what happens. But when I tell y'all, some of them is really impatient too. Like if I go on there right now, it'll be like all these guys. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So this is really, really different. Oof, I'm like, child, I couldn't imagine if these people live right near me. He said, okay. Yeah, I had thought about that too, but um I I'm gonna talk to y'all about that. Cause believe it or not, even that doesn't really bother me, Tracy. Can you believe that about me? That really don't bother me either. I'm not like I don't know if it's because I've been without for so long that I feel this way. Like I was telling my sister, but that really don't even bother me either. Like as long as I don't know, I guess that I can run my damn mouth. I guess. You know what I'm saying? That I can run my mouth and that person just there to love on me and stuff like that. You know, to me, there's other ways to please a woman, you know? So, and that's what me and someone else talked about, the third guy, you know? So it's real interesting when I share with you guys what's going on with that. Yep. Yeah. So y'all, before I start talking some more and this go into a whole hour, I did not want to be sharing this stuff with y'all and it taking a whole dang on hour. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Um, hang in there, y'all. This is what's going on in your girl's life right now. I'm happy. I'm excited. Um, I just can't wait to talk more to y'all and let y'all know what's going on. Okay. So I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Remember to pour into them that pour into you. Pray for them. Pray for everybody. So everybody is prayed for. Welcome everybody to the Potluck Lounge. And I'll see you guys on the next one. We all love you. Oh, I love y'all too. Let me see. We all love you too, sweetie. I love y'all too, TNT family. Thank you for y'all support. For real, for real. Y'all the best. All right. Bye, y'all.